So, good morning everyone. No? This would be our final topic discussion for this semester. This is the part 2 of your chapter 4, Consumer Influences and the Diffusion of Innovation. So, let us define first what is opinion leadership. This is the process by which one person or the opinion leader informally influences the consumption actions or attitudes of others who may be opinion seekers or opinion recipients. No, tayo bilang mga consumers, most likely nandito tayo nakabilang opinion seekers or opinion recipients. Question is, who are now the opinion leaders? Usually, these are now the social media influencers since our time is mas marami sa social media as compared to other forms of media. Yan. So, whatever they say or whatever they buy, sometimes, diba, napapabili na rin tayo ng produkto na iyon. Ayan. So, special issues includes, opinion leaders are 4 times more likely to be asked about, especially now, diba, yung political issues. 3 times more likely to be asked about computers, mga technology natin, and investments, usaping pera. And twice as likely to be asked about restaurants, or not only restaurants, no, but other hospitality-related products, hotels, resorts, etc. Now, information seekers seek a strong tie source when they know little about a topic. Especially for us, tayo mga consumers, diba? We search itong mga opinion leaders. What do they think about this product? What do they think about this service before buying yung produkto na yun? And weak tie sources when they have some knowledge. Ayan. Word of mouth. Okay, this is a concept na being used especially for opinion leadership. Ito kumakalat yung balita. Okay, so people convey a lot of product information to others on an informal basis. Ito yung usap-usap lang. Chika-chika lang. Now, word of mouth is a product information transmitted by the individuals to individuals, from person to person, through conversations, to recommendations. These tend to be more reliable and trustworthy than other formal marketing communications. Kasi usually naman, diba, when we try to buy a product or service, tinatanong muna natin from people who have tried the product. Consumers weigh negative word of mouth more heavily than they do positive communication. So, actually, word of mouth talaga ang number one source natin when we try to buy a product or service. So, word of mouth in action. Paano ba nangyayari ito? So, respondents that use a referral to make one of these purchases over the past year. Saan magagaling yung referral? From, again, people who have tried the product or service. So, if we see this picture, from one person, sasabihin niya to another person, then this person will try that product, then sasabihin na naman niya to another person. At nakikita niyo na yung chain. Diba? The product information, and including the experience about that product, is napupunta na from one person to another. Kagandahan nito, without even exerting effort on the part of the producer or the part of the business, people will do the marketing for you. Yun yung word of mouth in action. At ito yung usually ginagawa ng isang opinion leader or isang influencer, di ba? Sinasabi niya sa kanyang mga followers at doon kumakalat na yung message about the product. So we have cutting edge, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, word of mouth strategies through virtual communities, di ba? Twitter pa lang, di ba, you will be having a lot of followers already. Even Facebook and YouTube, especially for YouTube. A collection of people whose online interest is based upon shared enthusiasm. Ito yung mga grupo for a knowledge of a specific consumption activity, di ba? Ayan, we have Bing, Instagram, Google, Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook, and Twitter again, and YouTube, especially ang YouTube. These are some of the social media sites. They are also considered as your virtual communities. Okay, so punta naman tayo sa diffusions of innovation. So what is diffusion of innovation? Now, this is a theory. The diffusion of innovations theory describes the pattern and speed at which new ideas, new practices, or new products spread through a population. The main players of this theory are, we have the innovators. No? This is on the part of the business. They offer something new in the public, to the public. Early adopters, the first set of people who will first try the product. The early majority, hanggang palawak na ng palawak. The late majority, when we try to cover now the whole population. And the laggards, ito yung mga medyo late nakatry nung product na yan. If you notice, this is now the on how the new product will spread all throughout the population. In marketing, this diffusion of innovations theory is often applied to help understand and promote the adoption of new products, especially if companies will know at what specific time will the product reach the whole population. Okay? Now, this application of the theory usually focuses on identifying and recruiting influential early adopters. Babalik tayo dun sa mga opinion leaders. Diba? Usually, company reach out to them. Sila yung una makakatry ng product to help accelerate consumer acceptance. For example, when it comes to gadgets, let's say gadgets, yung mga bagong phones. Sino ba ang unang nakakatry nito? Di ba usually our social media influencers? Wala pa sa public, pero companies are now giving them a review copy of the product. Siyempre, for them to experience it firsthand, then they will share it to their followers or their community. Yun po yung ibig sabihin ng early adopters, influential early adopters. Kasi if they have positive experience about this product, most likely, yung kanilang mga followers would want now to try or buy that product. So, here are the main people, yung napag-usapan natin kanina. Innovators, people who are open to risks, and the first to try new ideas. Usually, they offer the innovative products. Then, the early adopters, people who are interested in trying new technologies and establishing their utility in society. Yan, yung mga nagre-review nung early release ng mga produkto. And we have the early majority, those who pave the way for use of an innovation within mainstream society and part of the general population. These are now the first set of buyers once the product has been released to the public. After that, we have now the late majority, another part of the general population. The set of people who follow the early majority into adopting the innovation as part of their daily life. Ito na once the product has reached yung medyo maturity, yung kanyang product life cycle, dito na pumapasok yung late majority. And sometimes, it's not bad na dito ka bibili ng specific product sa late majority. Excuse me. The reason is, sometimes problems about that product can be identified dito sa early adopters and early majority. Kaya other people prefer to buy dito sa medyong peak ng product sa late majority. And we have the laggards, people who lag the general population in adopting innovative products and new ideas. Medyo late sila bumili ng specific type of product. This is primarily because they are risk averse and set in their ways in doing things. They do not want to buy early products kasi they say it might be a defective product. It's too early. Eventually, the sweep of an innovation through mainstream society makes it impossible for them to conduct their daily life without it. As a result, they are forced to begin using it. Isang example nito is technology when it comes to cellphone. Balik tayo sa cellphone. Ang touchscreen is an innovative product, pero some people they prefer using yung keypad. Eventually, because nag-change na ang technology, di ba, everyone wants to be connected, ang kailangan natin is mag-download ng Facebook or Messenger, they are now being forced to adopt yung mga smartphones natin. So they will have to give up yung keypad and will now try to adapt to a touchscreen phone, a touchscreen smartphone. Ito na yung laggards. Okay? Alright, so some examples. favorite book, Facebook. So it started off as a product targeted at students and professionals for educational institution naman to build network from a university or school. As student use increased beyond school, lumabas na siya dun sa use ng school, the social media site spread to mainstream, pangkalahatan na, and across borders. No? Again, kung babalik tayo dun sa laggards, di ba? Syempre, sabi nila noon, the use of social media is not necessary. But then again, we have now the need to be connected, no? Even if you are in other parts of the world. So, eventually, all people will have to adapt to the use of social medias kasi it's more cheaper, it's more accessible, and it's more simpler, no? Simpler to use. Actually, Facebook naman is not hard to use, di ba? Another example ito, the vaccine, no? The diffusion of innovations theory is also used to design public health programs. Again, a set of people are chosen as early adopters. If you remember, no, once we had prototype of the COVID vaccine, people are still reluctant, no? Pero there are some people who are willing to try, no, this vaccine. So they are the early adopters. Now, since it has been proven na this vaccine naman is safe, unti-unti na siyang nagsispread all throughout the population. Ayan. Again, a set of people are chosen as early adopters of the new technology or practice and spread awareness about it to others. Kaya ang daming nagsasabi na that the vaccine is safe kasi it has been proven, no, by people. However, cultural limitations often impede such programs from being successful. Going back to the vaccine, kasi we have many cultures, no, even religion, no, nasabi nila this is not natural. That's why they do not want to take these vaccines. Maybe in your family or some of your family do not believe, no, on this vaccine program. Kaya ayaw nyo pa rin magpa-vaccine, ayaw nyo pa magpa-booster. Yun yung isang negative effect, no? Kasi it is all about the when we are talking about the vaccine, it's about the cooperation of the whole population sana. Kasi sabi nga nila, no one is safe unless everyone is safe. Everyone is vaccinated. Dito pa lang sa Benguet, the reason that we are still in level 2, kasi we cannot vaccine, the whole population is not vaccinated yet. Magle-level 1 lang yan pag tumaas na yung percentage of the population. Now, the problem is, if many people still do not want, no, to have this vaccine, we will stay at this level. No? We will stay at this level. Yun yung mga laggards eh. Eventually, they will take the vaccine. Pero now, ayaw pa nila, they are still reluctant. So, once na everybody has accepted, no, this vaccine, dun pa lang po tayo tataas ang ating alert level. Okay, so that is the theory of diffusion of innovation. So, again, this is the final topic, no, for this semester. And again, I am reminding everyone to please finish, no, your videos as early as possible. Coverage of the examination natin would be all topics discussed in finals. And yeah, I will see you next semester hopefully. No, with a different subject sana. Okay? So thank you for watching and goodbye.